My name is Wyatt with Gills, and I'm going to be doing my first video blog on my garden this year. We're going to be talking about fall vegetable gardening live from my garden right here in my backyard. We'll be talking about soil prep. It's the first thing I have on my list today because I just started working on this new bed behind me yesterday, and we're going to be talking about using some compost to prep the soil today, and what I do to get a new garden bed ready. We'll also be talking about starting from seed, bugs and fungus, fertilizing, any kind of issues that I'm going to run into. And last but not least, we'll be talking about harvesting, which is probably one of the funnest things about gardening, is getting to harvest it all when you're done, and maybe a little cooking at the end. So we'll see where that takes us. And for now, we're going to go ahead and get started talking about soil prep. So here we go. To prep my garden, I turned over the soil to make it easier to till in compost later on. I used the Nature's Blend compost, which I spread across the top with a garden rake. After I spread it across with a garden rake, I used a pitchfork to till it all in to start my mixture 6 to 8 inches into the soil. I used an electric tiller to make sure that my compost was mixed deep enough into the soil. I used my garden rake to level out the bed and lined it with bricks to keep the bed clean and to help prevent weeds. And last but not least, I top dressed the bed with pine straw mulch. Alright guys, that was my time-lapse video of me preparing a new garden bed. The biggest thing that I want y'all to get out of this is to make sure that you're using compost whenever you're making a new bed. It really helps break down our hard clay soil. It makes it more well drained. It also increases your microbial activity in the soil, and having good soil is so important for having a good vegetable garden. So that is the number one thing that I want y'all to do when you're making a new garden bed in the ground. The other thing that I did was I used pine straw mulch. Pine straw is so important for changing the top pH of the soil. It helps acidify it a little bit more, but it also helps keep weeds down, and it helps with moisture retention. Even when the bed is empty like this, you still want to use it to do all of those things. And that's all we're really doing for soil prep this week. Next week we're going to be talking about starting seeds, so I'm really excited about that. We're going to be doing some cold crop stuff like broccoli, cabbage. We'll also be doing tomatoes and peppers as well. And so I'm really excited about all of those things. And if y'all are doing gardens at home, tag us on Facebook or Instagram. Show us your successes and what's going on in your garden at home. But I'm really excited to get this started off next week with seeds. And to end the video, I just want to show y'all my small harvest that I had from the summer last week. I got a handful of banana peppers, and my last watermelon came off the vine before I pulled it up and made this new bed. So I'm very excited about that. It's always fun to get a little bit of a harvest, and we'll see y'all next week. Thanks guys.